Alright, it's almost 9 p.m. and it's August 20th, 2017. This is Eastern time. And it looks like Bitcoin is down a little bit from this time yesterday. Not much, not even 1%. It's been hanging around every time I check anyway. It seems to shoot up every time I don't check. What's that? I think the high today was 41.72. So now it's, you know, a little above. It's all day long. You can say the line is between $4,050 and $4,100. Not a whole lot of action in Bitcoin until this point, right around 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. So again, it's not doing much. I'm producing another video. I've had so much to do tonight that I haven't had a whole lot of time to work on it. But I'm anxious to get it out, and it explains to people how to pinpoint the best times to buy in this market. And these are not predictions, you know. They're not. I'm not, you know, trying to tell the future. I'm telling you what works for me, and if what works for me works for you, then that's great. Ethereum is up almost 3% since yesterday, as you can see right here. So that's good news for Ethereum. Looking rather healthy. So you can see now that the markets have a mind of their own, and just because one's doing something doesn't mean they're all going to follow Bitcoin's lead. Ethereum's moving up. This time yesterday we were at 289. You remember? And we went over, you know, the buy line at 290 and all that stuff. And that's what my new video explains. So now, you know, we're well above the buy line. So if you took my advice and you bought in below that 290 point, you're doing good. You're sitting pretty tonight, and you're probably sitting there saying, "Damn, John makes sense." John Disk. If people don't know how to pronounce my last name, because the spelling is from France. It's in French, and that's where my ancestors were from. And a lot of people say Disque or Disque or Disqua, and all this other stuff, and it's funny how human beings make things complicated that don't have to be complicated. It's disc, like compact disc. Real simple, real easy. So anyway, that's that. Let's check out Litecoin and see where we're at. If we're above, well, what was it? $45. That was the buy line. Below 45 is the time to buy, and between 45 and 50 is the time to hold. And we're at 46, so Litecoin's looking good. You can see half of the day was not really that great. All this is time to buy. So you had half a day to buy, and now you're reaping the reward. Alright. Not a whole lot to say there. You don't want to go ahead and buy in Litecoin tonight, and you don't want to buy Ethereum tonight. Bitcoin, watch it, think about it. I believe the buy line on Bitcoin at the current pattern is 4,000. So if it goes below 4,000, I would buy. Be careful, and I'll explain the exact time on that other video. Looks like BitCoin-cash came down a little bit. We're down 10%, almost 10.5%. So I knew that trend just couldn't keep on going forever. BitCoin-cash just kept rising and rising and rising, and it looks like today it's settled down a little bit. Hit a high of $908. This is a 1 week chart. 908. 1.8. That's very high, because all, you know, it stayed at 300. So if you bought in at this point and you sold at that point, you tripled your money. So if you got in with $1 million, you now have $3 million. And what can I say except that congratulations. I don't know who's pushing this market. It's a mystery to me. I know a lot of people. I've talked to a lot of people. A lot of people talk about Bitcoin Cash, and I don't know anyone who actually puts money into this market. But their market cap was up to 15 billion a couple days ago. I don't know what it is right now. It probably says in here somewhere. Market cap right now is 11.8 billion. It was at 15 billion, which is absolutely remarkable for the age of this coin. So this is not a pump and dump. It would be way too expensive, unless Donald Trump liquidated everything he owned and came in here and played with Bitcoin Cash. Just a pump and dump it. I can't see a bunch of billionaires getting together and saying, "Hey, let's pump up Bitcoin Cash and dump it off and walk away with everybody's money." Yeah, that's not what's happening here. The market cap is way too big. We're talking some serious money at 11.8 billion, and just yesterday or the day before it was at 15 billion. Before that, I think it was sitting at about 5 billion. It was just remarkable. Just absolutely, I don't know. I really don't know what's going on with this coin. It's just very, very unpredictable at this point. And it's a new animal, and she was just born August 1st. And this is the offspring of Bitcoin. And it's just been everywhere. It's been everywhere between $200 and $1,000, and nobody knows what it's going to do in the next 5 minutes. I could dump it back down it could dump to nothing. At work, it could shoot up to 2,000. Nobody knows. Is this Bitcoin's big competitor, or will it be? And will it knock Ethereum and Litecoin out of the top 3? I don't know. Let's go look at the top 5 right now and see what we have. Bitcoin, of course, is number 1, and Bitcoin Cash is number 2. Ethereum is number 3. IOTA is number 4, and Litecoin is number 5. Right now, I have a lot of money in Bitcoin. I have a substantial amount in Ethereum, and I have an okay amount in Litecoin. I have no money in Bitcoin Cash. None. Zero. I don't even know if I want to play with it. I just can't. And it's probably a good thing. You're really not supposed to be able to predict it. Everybody would be doing this. But it's just a little too crazy for my taste. And I don't want to use it to trade, so I'm kind of staying away with it. I'm trying to stay away from it. It's tempting to just put money in and just let it ride and see where it goes, but yeah, not right now. It's just too young, too dangerous, too crazy. Dash, if I was a trader, and I'm always studying on how to trade and when to trade and whose advice to take and who knows what they're talking about and all that stuff. And Dash looks like the trading coin to me. Maybe Ripple, Monero, those 3 coins. I think EOS is a long-term buy and hold type deal. It hasn't been born yet. That's a future. They're pumping up the market cap, which is right now at 1.37 billion. And they have a good foundation behind them. They have great ideas over there. I don't know enough about it. I really don't. Made keeps popping up in the top 20, and I really don't know anything about that either. I like Axiom. Most of these coins, you know, I just don't know. I don't know. I hear people pushing coins all the time, and you know, saying why they're so great on YouTube, but you know, it's biased information if you ask me. There's an agenda behind it, of course. Some of these guys are great marketers where you think that, you know, they're doing you a favor, and they're not always doing you a favor. Be careful out there. It's a wild world. So I stick to those top 5, maybe top 10 coins. But peace, everybody. I hope you had a great night. I did. I spent it with my family. I'm going to go finish up the other. I'm going to produce this, publish it, and finish up the other one. It's probably going to take all night long to finish up because it's in like 5 pieces. Anyway, goodbye. Good night. Peace.